And welcome back to more Gravity Rush Remastered. So last time, we reached the end of our very short-lived career as a maid, so this time, we are finally getting back to the main story. I wandered Pleiadian, hoping it would lift my spirits. I didn't even have a friend, let alone any chance at a boyfriend, but at least seeing the smiles coming back to people's faces made everything I'd been doing seem worthwhile. Directly in front of us from here is Gade, so let's see what he has to say. Well, if it isn't Cat, what's wrong? You look a little down. Oh, well, it's just... no, it's nothing, I'm fine. You are you? Well then, I think it's time to save the next part of town. Oh right, we still have 2 missing pieces out there. Exactly. Obviously we can't count on Raven to take care of it, so that leaves you to be the one to go in and bring back the missing area of Pleiadian. Stupid gravity storm, I want my family back. Why did it have to take them? Why them? Does Raven scare you? What's her deal? Who is she, and why does she hate me so much? I'm just trying to help. Raven is just trying to help too, in her own way. And she thinks I'm trying to stop her? From one perspective, you're interfering with Raven and her mission, but from another, you're helping the people of Hexaville. I really don't understand you sometimes. Aren't you the creator of this world? Well, yes, but that was a long time ago. I'm not quite as sharp as I used to be. Some creator you are. Guess that means I just have to pick up the slack and make things right. You're beginning to accept your destiny. Episode 8, 101 Nights. Don't look before you leap, just slide. Slide? What do you mean? You'll see soon enough. And welcome to the second Rift Plane, the Inferno. So let's take his advice and start gravity sliding. Oh, now I see why Gade told me to slide. So, if you haven't mastered gravity sliding yet, this one might be a little tricky, but overall, this Rift Plane isn't too bad. In some ways, I actually think it's a little bit less combat-oriented because it's focused around traversal a lot more. But over here is our first set of Nevi. We have a bunch over here, but the core idea is the same. Basically, defeat all the Nevi, and then follow the flower's light. In this area, there are 4 Nevi. They're kind of difficult variants. Like this one has a shell. So yeah, it is a little bit tougher than the first one in terms of actual combat. But overall, it's still not too difficult, especially if you've been keeping up with challenges and upgrades. So the flower is over here, and is pointing towards this tunnel. By the way, this is lava, so don't fall. If you haven't been upgrading your gravity gauge, you might need to stop on some of these platforms to pick up the recovery items. But as is, we have plenty of energy to actually make it all the way without necessarily having to stop a bunch. That's why it's kind of a good idea to try to do some of the optional challenges along the way, so you have plenty of gems to work with. Because if you don't upgrade, this game actually is a lot tougher. Like, the upgrades do make a difference in terms of how easy it is to actually get around certain areas. So, through here, we have more Nevi. We have a couple of stationary Nevi here and there. So these aren't too difficult to defeat, but there's one enemy in the set that I'm pretty sure is a little bit tricky. So over there is a flying Nevi and a new type of flying Nevi that's kind of almost like a swordfish. It has 2 cores, one on each side of it, which actually makes it kind of difficult to defeat because oftentimes I find it's really hard to actually get to the opposite side because it actually moves kind of fast. Luckily that went pretty smoothly, but I imagine future fights with that variant might be a little bit tricky in the future. Down here are more gems and a secret tunnel. Maybe I can go this way? Through here is something a little bit special. That one's different from the others. This is a super boss of sorts. Each rift plane has a really strong Nevi. I would recommend fighting it after getting as many upgrades as possible, so we are not going to worry about that for the time being. We will come back later to show off that fight. I should be able to slide here. So yeah, this is also an area that's a lot tougher to navigate on Vita because of how tricky gravity sliding is in the Vita version. On PS4, it's a lot less scary and thus it's a lot easier to manage. I would also recommend possibly upgrading the gravity slide to speed this up a little bit. We have plenty of gems, so I might go ahead and do that a little bit later. Through here, we have another new type of Nevi. This is similar to the strong Nevi we did not fight, but this is a standard difficulty Nevi, so all we have to do is break all the cores. The only catch is there are plenty of cores on its front and back. So it's a little tough, but not too bad. So that takes care of that one, so all that's left, good camera angle, all that's left is this Nevi. So from here, we have to go through the next lava tunnel and see what's beyond this point. It looks like something special over there, actually. It's another one of those power trees. I feel the power flowing through me. The Gravity Typhoon unleashes a forward hail of energy. The red signal in the center of the gravity gauge charges up over time. Once it's charged, hold the left stick up and press triangle to use it. So to use the Spiraling Claw, press triangle. To use the Gravity Typhoon, press up and triangle. So let's test it out. We summon a bunch of projectiles and hurl them towards all enemies nearby. That actually took out all of them in one move. That was pretty effective, actually. So let's collect those, and we have another sliding section. And we're almost done, actually. It's the missing part of town. So before we go any further, I'm actually tempted to stop and upgrade a few things here. I actually do want to upgrade the gravity slide for later. And also upgrade the special move here, because we might need it. Last time, we had to fight a very strong Nevi to save the town, so we need to be ready in case we have to fight another one this time. So, following the light to this area, all we have to do now is fly over to the part of town that's missing. I told you before, I won't let you get away with whatever you're up to. What's to get away with? All I'm doing is trying to bring the city back. I'm trying to help people. I should have known you were one of Bolsey's pawns. It's just like him to use someone else to do his dirty work. I don't even know anyone named Bolsey. I'm doing this with people. Either way, it looks like I'm going to have to kill you. I'm not about to let that happen. Raven sure knows how to make an entrance by completely one-shotting that Nevi. So instead of a Nevi, we have to fight Raven. This fight is actually a little bit tricky because she has gravity powers like us, so she can easily evade our attacks, like so. So yeah, this will be interesting. I do feel like the homing ability of the gravity kick is very inconsistent when fighting fast enemies, and Raven definitely qualifies. So my advice would be to use specials, but sadly because we used it on that wave of enemies before this, we have to wait for the special gauge to recharge. I have to kill you. Kill me? Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? Alright, so it's charged up, so let's try to use the Gravity Typhoon. That dealt a decent amount of damage, so she's below half health now. But now we have no special to work with, so we have to deplete the rest of her health bar using gravity kicks. Again, which is proving to be easier said than done. Once I'm through with you, Ballsy's next. You're the one who's getting in the way. I kind of wish there was a lock-on, like an actual ability to lock the camera to Raven, because it would definitely make it easier to keep track of her. That's kind of my biggest issue. Also, because of the lava background, it's actually really hard to actually see where the enemy marker is. The enemy marker is the red arrow, but yeah, it's actually a little bit tough to see because of the background color. Luckily, there were health pickups there. We were almost in big trouble, but we're almost done here, actually. Raven only has a little bit of health left. So from here, I think we have to chase after her back to the town, and eventually, there we go, we have the option to perform a finisher once we get close enough. So let's, if I can locate her, let's finish this.
We should la vie de l'Est, tu sais d'où tu dois. Raven du cheville, place où du que le chevlet.
Now that the airboat liner is back in service, you can ride the line to another town if you hop aboard at the pier. Hey, maybe I can take an airboat to a new part of the city. First of all, directly in front of us is a facility to fix, and also one of the DLC challenges. We'll worry about the DLC challenges later, but I do want to take care of this while we're here. It's working! New challenge mission unlocked. So this is the Pleasure Energy Race. Your gravity gauge is empty. Grab gems to fill it and make your way to the goal. The goal time is 58 seconds. So this is a new kind of challenge. We have no energy, and we have to get these little gems to pick up energy and quickly make our way to all of the different checkpoints. This is honestly kind of tricky. I missed a refill, which is really bad, actually. So yeah, so far this isn't actually going super well, I'd say. Not horribly, I'd say, but not as well as it could be. This is definitely not my fastest attempt at this, so we definitely need to pick up the pace here. We have about 20 seconds left to get through 2 checkpoints, so this should be manageable, but it might be a little bit of a close call. Yeah, we're fine. If I hadn't upgraded the gravity slide right before this, that might have actually been a little bit tougher, but luckily we managed to clear it, and we have 1,200 jumps from that. Also, by the way, challenges you've tried, or at least have finished, will have an orange marker instead of the green marker, so you can see easily which challenges you've already done. Also, as a reminder, the DLC challenges are automatically available if you own the DLC. They do not need gems to fix anything. By the way, that Ferris wheel is honestly really creepy, actually. I do not like that smile it has. But in any case, let's check out the airboats. So like before, we can basically ride this to another part of town. We can actually see it in the distance. Again, I don't actually know if we have enough energy to make it there on our own yet. So what I'll probably do is I'll ride this airboat a little, and then I'll jump off and fly the rest of the way, because it seems to be taking kind of a roundabout path. It's not going straight to the town. So this will be the third district we've discovered. As usual, there are manholes to find and facilities to repair to unlock challenges. And like before, this also has a very distinct atmosphere compared to the previous two. This is the factory district of Industria. It's definitely less inviting compared to the previous two districts. So actually right over here is a manhole. So that's our first warp here. Over there is actually our first mission, which we'll be taking care of next time. But I actually want to explore over here a little bit more, because we'll talk to that person later. That's actually part of a side quest. Over here is the other end of the airboat line, and also another manhole. So we have two over here. I think there are 3 in total. We will take care of the next story mission next time. But first of all, we have a lot of gems here, so let's actually upgrade some things. That's expensive. More expensive than I was expecting. Let's upgrade the spiraling claw like so, and also the gauge usage. And let's also go with shifting speed and recovery time. And why not? Let's upgrade health as well. So we got a lot of upgrades. So we should be in good shape for the next few missions. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Gravity Rush Remastered.